What's up, everybody?
Hi,
It's
guys.
your favorite couple every day with H and K. Hope and Kadero here, and we're here with this will be part three of our What's the Hardest Thing About Marriage. So we're gonna dive right into this thing. Our response we got for the biggest obstacle, hardest thing is trust issues, which was like
Everybody can relate to. I'm sure
everybody can relate to trust issues, and I think just thinking about that one's tough. That one's deep.
So many levels.
So many levels of it. So
yeah.
Just thinking about that, we were thinking here like that's probably one of the hardest components in any relationship and
Absolutely.
and marriage and an obstacle, just because it's such a sacred thing within a relationship. When you just think about the definition of trust, it's the firm belief and the reliability, the truth, the ability or strength in someone. So when you think about that, it's like I believe that this person is reliable, that they're trustworthy, that they have the ability to do what they say they will do, that they have the strength, and then you get the opposite of all that.
It hurts.
It hurts bad, and I think we all come to a point in our life where our trust is broken.
Yep.
And it could be something little, like Hope mentioned. There's so many levels. It could be something as a white lie that hurts though, because
why'd you feel like you had to lie in the beginning?
Yeah,
you know,
and it was the inability to tell the truth,
Yep.
which you have a firm belief in that person to always tell the truth.
Yeah.
Or it could be something as big as infidelity in your relationship, and that's a whole nother thing. So I think when dealing with trust, though, the biggest piece is understanding that there is going to now a journey, which is an obstacle itself in rebuilding the trust.
Yeah.
And the only way to do that is to communicate with one another on where you are in that journey. For the person who did the bad deed, it is
their responsibility.
Yeah.
I personally think, my opinion, it's their responsibility to assure you and keep reassuring you. Like, there is the forgiveness piece of it, but you have to show me that I can trust you again. Like, it's just, I need action behind your words, pretty much.
Yeah. And then I think in the piece of the person who the trust was broken, there, like Hope mentioned, there is a forgiveness piece, because you won't be able to start that journey of rebuilding the trust if you're not open to even forgiving that person for their wrongdoing. If you come to terms and you finally say, I forgive you, you now have to reopen your heart. What happens when that trust is broken? You guard it, and now everything that person says does is like whatever. You did that. But when you forgive, you bring that guard back down.
And it takes time. Yeah, I was gonna say it takes time.
Slowly but surely.
To bring it down.
And that person who did the bad deed has to realize that it's gonna take time. It's not gonna happen overnight. But you have to be willing on both ends to do your part. Right. And that's why I think God is so much needed in when it comes to that, because there's a faith component of truly believing God that hey, that person who did it is changing, and they're going to change for the best. There's a God component of having faith that I'm truly forgiving and I'm not harboring any bad feelings, and that this is not going to come up later on in a argument. But remember when you did this to me? Those type of things have to. Oh.
I might have done it once or twice. It's natural.
Yeah, and it's
but I've learned nature. It's human nature.
It's
you
human
know,
nature.
When the feelings come up and you revisit them, and then it's like ripping the Band-Aid off again. But you gotta, okay, that's the past. I said I forgave him. Now I forgave him. or you forgive me, whatever. But sorry,
Yeah.
I can't keep going.
It's a grace. I think there's a grace piece that God gives us each and every day, and we have to learn to give that same grace to our spouses, and which is it's tough, especially when something when a trust has been broken.
Yeah.
But I think along those lines, there's got to be communication between the two parties, just because one person's going to think, hey, this thing is working, and another person may not be there yet. And you have to be willing to say, hey, this is how I'm feeling right now in terms of our situation.
So cute.
And not hold back, not stay quiet. And then that other person needs to say, hey, this is, I hear you, I see you, and I just want to know, and make it known and directly communicate that you want to do your part to regain that trust.
And are you willing to do whatever it takes?
Do whatever it takes
to gain their trust back.
Yeah, and not in them, and that person can't be manipulative when you're trying to get that person's trust back and all that stuff. But at the same time, understand that actions speak louder than words.
Yeah.
And so there's got to be action behind that. That showing that apology that happens to rebuild that trust. So
you could go a lot deeper with this thing, I think, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't want to take up all y'all's day. Is there anything else you wanted to say?
No, I think big thing is have faith and communicate and be willing to put in the time to rebuild
and the work
to rebuild the trust. Actions speak louder than words, for sure.
That's the takeaway right here.
So we appreciate you
we love
listening.
You guys.
Like, comment, let me know your thoughts on trust issues. So we love you guys.
Talk to you later.
Take care. Peace.
Bye.